feel like I had to do something else to compete. So I would get so hyped up and nervous, and I'd be gassed by the time I actually hit the mat and shake hands to go. So that's something I kind of envious of. But so you've done all these great things. You've been very successful. But kind of walk into, I know you started to do public speaking at schools. Like, what would you talk about? What led you to do that? Like, was there a calling on you? Like, I need to go give back in some way, shape, or form?
Yeah, it started because I had a small gym in Warsaw, and I was doing personal training and boot camp classes, and I had people driving from Indianapolis up to see me on the weekends for a 1-hour class.
Mm-hmm.
And coming from Kendallville to Warsaw, I mean, just taking 2-hour drives just to come get my classes. And there's a local organization called Combined Community Services that when I was growing up, times got really difficult, and they provided us with food and stuff like that when we needed it. I remember there'd be winter and there'd be no heat in the house and no heater or electric, so there was like a kerosene heater in the living room and you had your sleeping bag around it to stay warm. Mm-hmm. You wanted a hot shower, you took it to school. Like, that's how it was for a little while. And that organization was one that was there for us when we needed it. So I decided I was going to do a food drive for them. And this was the first drive I did. And for 2 weeks, so basically I held classes 3 times a week, so 6 classes. I just said, instead of bringing me $5 for your class, bring in 5 canned goods. Mm-hmm. And in 2 weeks, we raised 626 pounds of food. And the next year, they called me up, and they're like, we have a drive. Can you help us with it?
Yeah.
And I just went in and heard what they wanted to do, and I was like, oh, this is how it's going to work. I took over because I was like, that's not going to work. And even when the local news interviews me for when I do that stuff, they've even told me before, like, we don't tell us about you, tell us about everybody else. And well, that's the point, because I just bring the community together. I'm not the one going out necessarily doing all this. I just know how to get everybody together and united for a common cause. And it started with food drives, and then we did purse drives to where we loaded them with hygienic needs for women, and hats, gloves, food, snacks for the homeless shelter. We did, I did a toy drive. Last year was the 3rd year I did it. And it started out just collecting toys, and then it turned into last year, my barber, Jeff Ortega, he came out to CrossFit Haymaker, and we adopt a family through CrossFit Haymaker as well, a couple of them. And I had my toy drive. He came out and spent the whole day, donating his whole time, giving free haircuts. So we had the homeless shelter getting shuttled in for free haircuts. There was a motorcycle club out of Columbia City my buddy has, and they took an organized ride. And December 18th, it was like 10 degrees outside, and one guy rode 110 miles to make this ride. So the bikes had toys on them, and they had 2 vehicles behind with toys on them. It's just, we ended up in 3 years raising 5,000 toys, and we had people from Chicago and Detroit reaching out, because we do churches, foster centers, homeless shelters, anybody that needs it. I just say, come get it, and we load them up. And we had panel vans coming. We're loading top to bottom, front to back, where all there was room for the driver and stuff like that. And so that's where it all started, because they were there for me, and it's the least I could do to give something back. And that's why I grow the beard out for the winter. Is I dye it white, and I play Santa Claus for Combined Community Services. But when the families came to pick up their gifts early, the kids were usually with them. They saw Santa Claus was still giving the gifts to the family. I did it for Akron Elementary's special needs program. I went out there for the kids, gave them gifts, opened up toys with them for a couple hours, stuff like that.
Just showed them Santa's a nice person,
yeah.
Even though he's Jack. That's great. Like, also what I'm trying to show is, like, you're not a bad guy. Like, you've done all these things for the community. Like, you're very successful in powerlifting. But often I find, because the next thing I want to go into is recently you've decided to take a deeper walk in your faith.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think, like, when my story was very bad, like, only horrible people need saved because they need to make up for something. You, on the other hand, you weren't out there, hurting anybody. You weren't taking advantage of anybody. You were just doing your job on the platform, giving back. You just did what you felt was right. What led you to? Was there like a calling in your heart? Were you feeling God saying, "Come back to me," or were you just, maybe there's something more for me? Talk about what led you to that walk and what has changed since then.
Really, I've just been having a lot of the previous year. I've just slowly been exploring getting back to faith and just talking to. I got friends of multiple backgrounds of faith, from Catholicism to being Muslim, you name it. And just talk about it. And it's people that you can ask questions and no one's going to get offended about it.
Yeah.
And just started exploring it. And then one of my old bosses on right before I got rid of Facebook made a post about inviting everyone out to his church. And if you need a ride, he'll give you a ride. If you need an Uber, he'll get you an Uber. I'm like, well, he's 2 hours away. I was like, let me see if they do it online. And he's like, hold on. He's like, let me call you in just a minute. He calls me, and his father goes to the church where I go to now. And he's like, I recommend this church. It's a missionary church. They do a lot of giving back. It's right up your alley. He's like, here's why I think you'll like it. Let's try it out. Called my friend Nick up. He drove 2 hours to come with me my first day of church. And I was all about ready to back out, just because I was like, I was just too nervous. And if he wasn't coming, I would have. So the moment we walked into church, it was just calm set over me. My anxiety went away. And I just had a lot of bad stuff that happened to me in life, and kind of like, we felt forsaken. And then the topic of the day was, why have you forsaken me? Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, there's no reason there's no reason that's just off chance. Mm-hmm. So sat through the sermon, met a couple of staff members, waited a couple of weeks, and I was right back. And I've been volunteering through the church ever since. I greet once a month. I coach soccer there. And I ask for help, and I can do it. I help. So and I've actually got the end of January is my baptism now. So
congrats, man. We're really excited for you, and it's beautiful to see God working through you. Like, He's already done so much, and you're just getting started. Like, you're still going to be successful. You're still going to be doing these amazing things to help other people out, and not doing it selfishly. So I appreciate you taking the time to do this. What do you want to tell them moving forward? Like, what's your takeaway? If you could give one piece of advice or one message to people that follow you and see you, what would it be?
Biggest thing I tell everybody is, if I can do it, you can do it. I don't do anything that believes extraordinary. There's plenty of people stronger than me. Plenty of people do more than I do, and you just got to get out there and do it. That's as simple as that. And it's the hardest part is, like I say, taking that first step. But once you do, the rest is history. Next thing you know, like, I never thought I'd compete, and here I am getting ready to qualify for Worlds again after so much time off of training. And I'm just ready to go again.
Get that itch again.
I just keep thinking about it. And that's what just motivates me. And I don't, there's days you don't feel like doing anything. And I've been asked, what do you do when you don't feel like going to work out? What do you mean? It's like, I just go.
And it's partially the sports coming back to it too. Is you're training. Okay, you're sore, you're tired. You got practice. You got to be there at 5 o'clock. So
when I took that time off of training, I thought that's what I wanted, and at the time it was. But after being a competitor for so long, you just can't ignore that part of yourself. Mm-hmm. And I've got to compete in something. Mm-hmm. And you'll get discouraged because I might only do 1 or 2 meets a year. You're training 6, 9, 10 months for just one day. Mm-hmm. And you're ready to quit. And you're like, why do I do this? Why do I put myself through it? And then the day you're on that platform and you start hitting everything, you're like, that's why.
The exact same thing with the stage. Why am I eating this? Why am I not eating? You get more time than you get 15 minutes, if that, and it's
we get
9
minutes total on a platform.
Yeah, and see, sometimes if you don't even make the follow, you may not be up there that way. So again, and I'm going to throw a curveball at you. I'm going to get speed round questions.
Okay.
Just simply yes or no or an answer. Your favorite fast food restaurant?
Oh man, Sonic.
Sonic?
Yeah, I'm a big Sonic fan.
If you could have one song that would be the soundtrack to your life, what would it be?
I have a clue. I listen to so many different kinds of music. I got nothing.
That's a tricky one. That's good though. It's not just narrowed in. What is one question I didn't ask that you wish I did?
I don't know. My next goal.
That was actually my other one. Is in 2020, what do you hope to accomplish? What are some goals that you want to achieve?
I'd My next meet is May 16th in Ohio. So there it's to qualify for RPS Worlds in September. And RPS Worlds full throttle.
Right on, man. Well, I'm excited for you. Appreciate you coming out for the interview.
Thank you.
Check him out. Instagram is First Class Muscle. And then reach out if they want to help out with any of the programs you're involved in. So thanks again, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all the things you have to do just to make sure I can post videos. Appreciate the support. Check this dude out. This story is amazing, and this is the first of many weeks to come.